In addition to the replacement Thord Arson output transformer, I also picked up some rubber chassis shock mounts. Quite deep, but that is how the originals were. They have recessed chassis mounting brackets for some reason. So these go like so, and the bits that stick out go into the recesses in the wood cabinet bottom. I already did a little dry run, and they seem to work out just right. So, I'm going to see about installing this guy. So it goes between this here and this here. I have to temporarily at least move these capacitors out of the way to get down in there. And I'll do it like the original that had secondary facing this way. Kind of goes up in like so. One side of the secondary goes right to ground, and the other goes to lug right over here. So I'll double check that and get that wired in, and then I'll remove the speaker from the cabinet so I can get it up here on the workbench and give it a try. I mounted the replacement output transformer and just temporarily wired it in. I want to make sure it's working well before I trim the leads on the transformer. And here is the speaker taken out of the cabinet. It's in a really, really fine condition. It's a minor tear around there on the edge. So, finally, plug this right into the chassis and hear what the original speaker should sound like. Well, the wiring is a tad frayed on this, so I'll be careful here. I think I can make it work without shorting anything, without having to replace the wires, which I will do, or at the very least put some insulation around that. So the way they did this is they just stripped the wires, ran them through these pins, which are hollow, and then tin them up at the ends. So if I heat these up, I can actually push this wire down until the insulation gets down in there, or pull it out and put some heat shrink tubing around that to provide some better insulation. So let's see, which way does this go on? Like so. So 2 wires for the field coil and 2 wires for the voice coil. Alrighty. Hey, noise.
You're taking the ball out of the net. You know, just I don't know, just took care of possibility for a bounce back tonight against Portland, but the cast is top. Blazers 101 open there for a significant hamstring tendonitis. Northwestern first balls of confidence on the college board today.
Definitely got a bit of feedback going on. Or hum. Volume down. Fine. I do have shields.
Draft, and it's going to be up to Tennessee to make that decision. But I think as a top player, if you don't.
I think one of the shields in the tubes wasn't seated, making good ground contact.
Missed a bit in 2015, but his strength, speed, and skill set warrants top billing. He's witty and laid back, and left them laughing a time or two during his media session.
Yeah, miss the media. I haven't been out in front of you guys.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm sure they had rubber boots on, though.
Sounds great to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yep.
You ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Hit it. You ready, B? Do you have a disarrangement disorder? Can't seem to get that jumbled hodgepodge pile of chaos in one place? Maybe it's time for a little disposal, a little cleanup, a little eradication, evacuation, liquidation, and purgification. All day long. Plus, you'll love our best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free, guarantee. Go to TommyJohn.com now to add Tommy John to the top of your wardrobe.
Seeing a bit of oscillation when I grab the volume control.
That's John.com. This is Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Alright, cool. So, that seems to be working. I'll run through the alignment procedure in a bit. See if I can get things sounding even better. And I'll be letting this run for a while, make sure this output transformer holds up, and then I'll wire it in. Want to get these leads shorter too, to reduce any chance of homelet pickup. Alright, now it's a shame that I still have not been able to track down 2 tube shields. I guess these are not a very common size. Nobody responded to my ad on Integradio Form. I'll give it a little bump. It's been a while now. Unfortunately, when I got the output transformer from Playthings in the past, it did not occur to me to inquire about tube shields because they may very well have that size. I can also check around on eBay. Luckily, though, we do have shields on these 2 tubes, which are the critical ones. Now, this is the one that was not making good contact and was causing a lot of howling, so I'll definitely clean up around there and make sure we have a good clean metal contact down there. And for the alignment, let's see. I'm not sure if I printed out that page yet. Yeah, I think this covers it. And this too. Alright, condenser alignment. So broadcast trimmer, first detector, broadcast trimmer, antenna broadcast trimmer. And looks like the shortwave trimmers are down below. So these would be the broadcast trimmers up here. And then we've got a couple IF trimmers hidden underneath this little lid. That's what I suspected that was all about there. So this is first IF and second IF. Let's take a little peek under here. It's a nice idea. Quite often these are exposed and a lot of dust and crud gets down in there. These are fairly clean looking. They're ceramic. You can also now see what this can would have looked like before the corrosion set in, and I bet that they would clean up very nicely, as did the power transformer. Don't know that I'll be doing that though, because that would be a bit of work to undo these connections and undo the screws, nutting them on down below and all that, but it shows you what is possible. This whole thing could be polished up rather nicely. Now, I have gotten some reference photos of what the original knobs would have looked like, and some of you sent me links as well, but I contacted the owner and he just wants to go with the knobs that came with this. I gave him a ballpark estimate of what a replacement set of original knobs might go for, and understandably he doesn't want to invest that kind of money, but it's certainly at any point down the road he could pop on a set of knobs. I'll keep my eye out for them. And he also asked if I could find, if I happen to have some nicer grill cloth lying around, go ahead and apply that. So I'll look around and see what I've got. Might be able to dig something up. Okay, I'm starting with the alignment now. I'm injecting an IF signal to the grid of the first detector tube through a 0.05 microfarad dummy cap. And I got the volume turned up pretty high. And we just peek the trimmer caps underneath these covers here. Should use an insulated tool for this. Give this a try. That one was definitely off. I had a feeling things would be off because I'm injecting a pretty strong signal. Just drop down the amplitude. And this one was off a bit too. Which is great, because I've just dropped my RF generator down 20 dB, so we've significantly increased the gain. I'm going to go back through these a few times. Yeah, you can do this with a VTVM, but I'm just doing it by ear. I think that's going to be plenty good enough. Drop that signal down a little bit more. Down to minus 60 dB. Let's check out this guy. Yeah, that was off big time. Down to minus 75 dB. Makes me wonder if somebody might have peaked this to a different IF frequency, like 455 or something, but 456 is the correct IF. Down to minus 90 dB on the RF generator, so I started at something like minus 40 or minus 50, now I'm at minus 90. So I expect the reception will be significantly improved. So much so that I'm going to give it a try right now. Alright, starting at one end of the band, let's see what we can pick up now. And this is just with a 2.5 foot long straight wire antenna.
Polski Wschodniej wymaga odważnych decyzji. My takie decyzje...
En el nuevo escondite hall, en el nuevo escondite hall, en el 1028 al norte de la California, esquina Cortés, juega domino.
Circulation, blood sugar, and venal and arterial tone. And we're going
Definitely picking up a lot more stations now.
There became a point where it's like, yeah, let's do this now. He's out there still.
Yeah, a lot of people thought my brethren are going to get a little upset.
Now, where's that at?
That background buzzing you hear, that's not the radio. I get that pretty much on all my radios. Just to have noisy lines around here, computer equipment,
What the normal payment
whatnot.
What are you doing? You're
And this radio, what color is it? Have line bypass cap? No, this radio does not have any line filter bypass cap. I think putting a safety cap across the line would help out with that noise.
language they want, and it would, in some way, inspire people to cast and Lagrange to some ongoing construction.
Very cool.
That
Very happy with the performance now.
Really a major.
Marcar para su saludo música. Whatever is good. All things are working.
I still need to go through and tweak the broadcast and shortwave trimmers.
Because you're a winner. You look better. Dallas. New Orleans.
George Alexander Gillis وحد وياته والشركة